The woman dressed provocatively as she visited the prison to see the man who had once raped her. They sat face to face, separated by glass. The man, guilt-ridden, couldn't bring himself to look her in the eye while her gaze remained fixed on him. He thought she had come to settle scores with him, but instead she said these words.
How's the food in here?
Her tone was gentle, almost like a wife concerned for her husband. The man was stunned. Was this woman insane? He wondered. Had she fallen for him after what he'd done? Little did he know, from that moment on, he was being tamed like a dog, slowly but surely. In the days that followed, the woman visited him often, always meticulously dressed. They began talking about the past and the future, and their relationship gradually grew ambiguous. This led the man to believe he had already been forgiven. Perhaps he had felt some guilt before, but now he was convinced it was his own charm that had completely and utterly won her over. Soon, he eagerly anticipated each visit. During one visit, the man tearfully confessed he'd been beaten by other inmates, but hadn't fought back. Also, he could be released sooner to be with her. As she traced his scars with her eyes, her face showed concern, but her gaze held something darker, almost perverse. The man naively believed she had completely fallen in love with him. A few days later, he happily told the woman that he would soon be released from prison, and promised to make it up to her properly. Hearing this, the woman froze. She never expected the man who had ruined her life's happiness would face such a light punishment. She forced herself to smile, pretending to share his joy, not daring to reveal even a hint of her true feelings, because her plan had only just begun. Not long after, the man was released from prison. He desperately wanted to be with the woman again, but she said she wasn't ready yet. Then one day, as she returned home from work, the man suddenly called out to her. Seeing the way she looked at him, he grew flustered and quickly explained that he was only there to help repair the house. When she didn't refuse, he immediately set to work. The woman went inside to pour him some water, but as she lifted the cup, her hands wouldn't stop trembling. She glanced at the man outside, then at the steel knife on the table. With a faint smile, she shook her head. She had decided to make him pay a bitter price. At this moment, the man noticed a hole in the house. He rushed to the hardware store to buy repair tools, only to be seen by the woman's father. Furious, the father lashed out at his daughter, accusing her of disgrace. How could she be with the man who had violated her? A fierce argument erupted between father and daughter, all witnessed by the man. He was deeply satisfied, convinced that the woman had completely fallen for him, unaware that his life had already begun its countdown. The next day at work, the man labored even harder, while the woman began to flirt with him. Her teasing made his gaze grow increasingly heated. She handed him a glass of water. Not long after drinking it, he began to feel unwell. Deciding to rest in his room, he collapsed as soon as he stepped inside. When he woke again, he found himself lying on a bed in the basement, the woman tending to him with gentle care. For a moment, he felt deeply content, until he realized his hands and feet were bound. Then, the woman approached, pushing a surgical tray. Her true face unveiled at last. Ever since the assault, she hissed, "I've thought of nothing but revenge." Her plan was clear. She would sever the tool of his crimes,